Your manifestation is here. Come a little closer, bro. It's you. Your manifestation is real because you get to see it every single day. Listen up, bro. I remember being a kid and I remember telling myself every single day that I was the greatest. And what I mean by that is like, I'm going to help people in a real way. I'm going to impact people in a real way. I'm going to use my gifts bestowed upon me to uplift anyone I come across, change lives, bear fruit, you know, and really do something to unify and illustrate in this world before I'm no more. And I want to make this video because I feel as if when you're young, you're oftentimes quantum leaping so much that you forget what to appreciate, right? It's like you're actually being blessed. You're actually like you're becoming one with self. You're instilling new beliefs, right? And when you're younger, what's happening is your brain is cocooning itself. Like, okay, for the past 18 years, you've basically been indoctrinated. Like, you've been doing what people have been telling you you should do. You've been thinking the world's views, like your parents, all of these people in your life, etc. They've shaped you. Your environment has shaped you. Your experiences have shaped you, right? And that's just how it goes. It's a universal thing. But what happens is, right, I believe when you get to an age of about 19 to 20, I believe that's when you start to actually learn to think for yourself for the first time, right? Like you might have instances of this prior, maybe 5 years to this, or, you could just be an early bloomer. But I've actually studied and I've like, I want to say this is scientifically proven, right? Don't quote me on this shit. But I do want to say because the frontal lobe does not stop developing until you're 25. Your story is not finished, bro. Your story is not finished. Like, even if you're 30, 35 watching this video, you could be 40, you could be however old, bro. Your story is not finished. It's like we want these big things, these outer worldly ideas to manifest in all of our wildest dreams. And we don't even realize, like, remember when we were in those small rooms and like we wanted to just be, right? Whether if that was just to dance or to sing or to create, to be a creative, whatever the case may be, it's like those authentic things that God puts inside of you that you can't explain is what you go off of. And you piece everything together after that. But if your foundation is strong, the building can't collapse. I notice oftentimes when you get older and you're starting to find your way in the world, it's more or less like you start pulling from everything. So now it's like responsibility is a thing now. Now I have to think for myself now, right? Now I'm trying to unindoctrinate myself from what I have learned because that probably does not serve me going forward anymore, right? So it's one of those things where I noticed that in order to be able to continue to grow and not only grow, but appreciate your growth, you have to have joy in where you at right now. Like realistically, bro, you could be homeless watching this video. You could be financially fucked up. You could be going through legal shit. You could be losing friends. You could be losing allies, bro. You could just got out of a bad relationship. A lot of these things that we don't even realize is like just the starting point for our entirety of our whole life to change, right? When we speak about a human being, right? Not a CEO, right? Not somebody on the street plummeting, like not some agent, like all of these titles that we give ourselves to feel important and to save face. None of that shit is important, right? It's like, bro, you're a human being. You're not a human doer. You're not an AI. You're not a fucking robot. You're a human being with emotions, with feelings, and all of the things that come with being a human being, bro. So that's the main thing. So when you can, and even I have sometimes where I drift off from that and I get on my machinery shit. And sometimes I got to check myself to be like, bro, why are you going so hard? Why are you doing so much? Why are you thinking so much? Right? Like, why are you, you know, putting yourself in a state mentally and physically and spiritually where you're going to burn out? You know what I'm saying? Like, just chill, bro. And when you hear these things, it's like, well, I can't stop because if I stop, then I'm gonna lose. And if I take my foot off the gas, then I'll get lazy. And if I'm not as disciplined, and then boom, 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 boom. And all of these things add up. And what happens? You eventually just burn the fuck out. So that's why I'm like, your foundation is the most important thing. Like piggybacking off what I just said about the state of circumstance that God puts you in, whether if it's a good, bad, whatever the case may be, only you know what you're facing right now. Only you know what's coming to you right now. Only you know what you're in right now. Only you know what needs to be done right now. I can't tell you what you need to do for yourself right now, right? Because there could be hundreds of millions of people that watch this video and they're looking for someone to tell them a specific thing rather than going inward and feeling what needs to be done. I made this video to confirm that your inner world is what you listen to. Your intuition, right, is what you listen to. The relationship with God, right? Knowing that you will be guided in the right direction, no matter how the tables turn, no matter if this is the most excruciating, most suffocating, most liberating thing that you have to go through in your entire life. Do you want to continue to go and live every single day? Like, for example, I'm in this room right now. Your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, who you know you want to be, the lifestyle you want to live, the marriage you want to have, the children, the land, etc. All of these things that you want, right? That's probably coming to you because if it can be created here, it can be created out here. Every day you wake up, that you confine yourself, that you burn out, that you overthink, right? That you don't keep your nervous system regulated, that you put yourself in situations where you're around toxic things, toxic people, and toxic environments. What's going to happen is your reality is going to start to conform to that reality, right? Which is why you see millions of people who are in jobs that they hate, who are around people that they dislike, who are still in cities that they've grown up in and have never left, still think the same way they did when they were 18 years old or a child, right? Still have the mind frame and thinking of a child, right? And are going anywhere in life because it's not that they're dumb. It's not that they didn't put in the work. Stagnation, right? We have this indoctrinated thing that we feel hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work. Bro, your mom's a hard worker. Your grandma was a hard worker. Your pops was probably a hard worker, bro. You have to stop correlating hard work with a sense of identity. That's not going to give you what you're looking for. Hard work is like a carnation, right? It's like something you put on the wall alongside the picture to make it complete. But it's not the entirety of what you're going after, right? You need to know that, yeah, you're going where you're going, but it's going to take time. It's going to require patience. It's going to require revelation. It's going to require suffering. It's going to require you being quiet sometimes and just observing. It's going to require stillness and not force. And this is for all my men listening to this too. You can't strong arm life, bro. It's not going to work. Same thing with a woman. When you relax, when you chill, when you don't do the most, they overflow. They just come. because that's how nature works, right? It's the law of correspondence. What you give is what you get. So the same thing goes for your dreams, right? Yes, work hard towards yourself, meaning work hard towards becoming the ideal of you. Don't work hard to stay in a fucking 9 to 5 job that you hate to climb up a corporate ladder. That's fucking retarded, right? Don't work hard to seek approval or validation from your family and people that are gonna love you fucking regardless, bro. And I know that sounds cliche, but it's the truth, bro. Do not work hard, right, to get a fucking, hey, you did a good job, you boom, 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 da, da, da. That shit is gonna fizzle. And then you're back to square one, feeling like you haven't done anything and you have to keep fucking burning out. So once again, bro, when it all falls down, when it comes to us living in the times we're living in and what we're being told on an everyday basis, that you ain't shit if you don't have this amount of money, you ain't shit if you ain't got this car, if you ain't got the girl, right? If you don't have this establishment business, right? If you don't have all of these different things that the world feeds you, chews you up and spits you out, actually, without you realizing that, holy shit, who am I when nobody's watching? Do I love that version of myself that I'm witnessing, that I'm in, that I'm observing? Yes or no? Do I appreciate that version? Am I respectful towards that version? Right? Am I adhering to the goals? Am I adhering to the health needs? Am I adhering to the emotional needs of this individual? Right? Which is yourself. Right? Because the version of yourself that you see and the version of yourself right now, right? It's not far. And the reason why it's not far, because once again, there was a time that you wanted to be who you are right now. You might be in college, you might be in certain programs, you might just be a nigga hustling, and you might just be manifesting a dream that nobody sees, that nobody's aware of, that nobody may believe in, but it's all good because that's the whole point of life. Life is funny like that. It is. Because in 5 years, you could go around those same people and they may not even recognize you anymore, right? Because when you raise your frequency and you elevate and you pour into you, what's going to happen is you're going to have no chance. Like, it's literally going to fucking just happen. You're going to have no choice but to become something undeniable. You're going to have no choice but to get out of your hometown. You're going to have no choice but to go get everything that's owed to you, right? The universe doesn't care about your feelings, but you still have to appreciate the fact that you are a human being. What I mean by that is you get what you're deserved, right? Because once again, everything that's owed to you will be paid out. All the long nights, the dreams, the annotations, the videos, the studio sessions at night that nobody's seen. You made all those terrible songs. 5 years later, you're platinum. 10 years later, you're dancing for a fucking NBA team. 5 years later, you're getting a casting call to be on one of the biggest TV shows. 5 years later, you're in a city that you manifested being in when you were 17, right? So you have to, one, allow yourself to be able to go through the hills, the valleys, the adversity, the trial and tribulation, and not crash out in that moment to steer yourself backwards. But appreciate it, bro. Crack a joke, laugh, live, right? Like, go watch a fucking TV show, right? Go watch your favorite movie. Like, bro, you don't have to be perfect. Life is not molding you to be perfect, bro. If you go watch an hour movie and you get back in the studio, no, you're not fucking undisciplined. You're fucking human, right? No, if you occasionally eat a fucking cookie, no, that's not, bro, you're fucking human. God damn. Niggas be so on this spiritual tip where you feel like you can't do anything because you're gonna die or you're disobeying yourself or like shit, all that corny ass shit niggas be talking about, bro. You're a human fucking being, bro. You're a human being. And I guarantee you, if you do the things that you actually want to do, that are elevating you, that are increasing your vibration, that are pushing you to be better, right? And you make those mistakes that you know, right, are going to elevate you, not physically, mentally, or spiritually, but get you closer to the highest version of yourself that you know that you're reaching towards. Because all the goals, the ambitions, all of these different things, that's just a surface level shit. You're trying to be the highest version of yourself. When you say you want to be an artist, when you say you want to be a good father, when you say you want to be a good person, when you say you want to heal and you want to break generational curses, right? You want to be the healthiest. What you're saying is, I want to be the highest version of myself. That's basically what you're saying. In all actuality, what you're saying is, I want to be the highest version of myself that I can possibly be, right? Whether if that looks like you being on an NBA team, whether if that looks like you being an entertainer, whether if that looks like you being a dancer, whether if that looks like you being a fucking painter, right? You're reaching to be the highest version of yourself and you're attaching a goal to that, right? That's all you're doing, because that's just like a resume. It's just surface level. When you say, I want to do this, and people are like, you want to do what? You don't want to just be a regular nigga in the matrix working a 9 to 5 and destroying yourself, basically getting fed a lie and living out a lie for the next 70 years until you're basically fucking dead and can't do anything because of boom, 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 da, da, da. It's like, wow, like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So once again, bro, like, if you're watching this video, you already got an open mind. You're already on game. You're already going to where you're going. Don't second guess it. Don't trick yourself out of position. Don't feel like you need to get angry, agitated, out of character. Stay in your frame. Especially for my men. Stay in frame, bro. Stay in character. We in the Matrix. This shit is a movie script, right? Keep being a jolly person. Keep being a happy person. Keep being authentically you, right? Keep being free. Don't let this world confine you and chain you, because that's what it wants to do, right? The American dream, right? All of these things that we think we need to be, right? To be accepted by people who don't know themselves. It's crazy. Like, be you, bro, and be happy to be you, and authentically breathe that in, so you're going to be able to continuously advance, continuously keep going, and continuously be the highest version of yourself. I love y'all, man. I'm out. Go!